Hey everybody, Cam Capital here with a video on Tesla. It is Monday, April 19th, and Tesla closed at 714.63, down 3.4% today. And a down move was expected today after the news over the weekend with Cathie Wood and ARK Invest offloading about $100 million worth of shares. Had a video on that over the weekend. I'll link that. But also there's news over the weekend that a self-driving Tesla car crashed in Texas and caused both the driver and occupant to lose their lives. So the National Highway Safety Administration is going to be investigating that. So kind of a double whammy of bad news for the company. And then piggyback that off with the entire stock market basically being red today, showing some weakness, pulling back from its all-time highs. And the Fed's not speaking this week, so it could be a pretty sideways week for those indices moving forward. And Tesla, being now part of the S&P 500, could follow that trend of the other stocks. So in that video I made over the weekend, I mentioned, the first line of support was going to be that, 720, 710 range, which we bounced off in pre-market. So here's a 5-minute chart. So we got that bounce in pre-market off 717, tried to hold it, and then by the time it opened up, we got a quick push higher, profit taking, and then the downward flush. The 50 EMA here on the 5-minute chart. If you go down to the 1-minute chart, it's right at the 200 EMA as well. But we sell off, get a first bounce, trying to protect 700, that whole psychological number, 00, bounces off 702, push back to the 9 EMA, also corresponds to 78.6 fib, 708, which prior had been kind of the low side of that supply zone between 720 and 710. And then we flushed right away. As soon as that 708, 78.6 fib broke the second time, you got a massive flush right here in the 5-minute candle, going from 708 down to 693, and then we bottom out at 691.8, and then retrace higher, right? So a huge selling candle on volume, followed by a buying candle on the way up. So if you're a candlestick follower, you could probably call this like a piercing pattern. So you get a huge red candle. And then the next candle is a wick with the green body inside the other candle, signaling some change in market sentiment. And get the bottom here, 691. That 695 area was what I was talking about in the prior video, as there was a ton of volume consolidated in that area. We push higher from that point the rest of the day, get back into the teens, right? So the high in the teens, 718.89. So what acted as support prior now acted as resistance, and we basically trade sideways all day. We got one bounce off of 78.6 once it was claimed. Basically got a second bounce off it right here too. Later in the day, 11:40, got down to 706, but buyers came back in, and then got a little rally, 5-minute rally in the close at 714.63, and looks like we did get a pretty sizable block trade after hours. So I have to see what that is, and we'll look to see if Tesla holds up here after hours. So if we go to the daily, you see it'll be a little bit better, especially volume-wise, what I was talking about. All right, so histogram bars on the right are volume. So definitely that 695 down to that 690 range was the high point of volume on the daily chart, and we sold all the way down to that. Buyers protected it, and you see that here with the high volume candle in the day, almost 39 million shares. Majority of that's on the bid or buying side, and also corresponding to that 695 level, we had the 22 and the 50 EMA that acted as support. And with that, with the move today, the 9 EMA pushed down lower, basically comes flat. That closed the 9 EMA at 715.18, so we actually did not close above that. So that could be acting as some form of resistance after hours tomorrow, pre-market, market open. But still, I think what we're going to deal with tomorrow is going to be more in that 720 range, 718, 720 range as overhead resistance. So we do have a little extra higher volume in 720 than in the 17s. So that combined with market sentiment overall for indices, being red, basically everything was red today besides Google and Apple. We could consolidate, move sideways here for the rest of the week. So we'll just have to wait and see. Not going to get a ton out of the weekly, just as we have that one candle for the day. So still just got that hammer candle, close above the 78.6 line. You can kind of see that just a little less here. Volume still 695 below. 720 volume here is now less on the weekly standpoint. So we could still use the 708 as buying support to move higher. And still, if we can get through, the 720, 25 range, we got that little gap to fill from the drop over the weekend. If we can get to basically the open price, we get through that open price 728 from Friday, we could make a move higher. So we'll have to wait and see. It's going to be an interesting week with market dynamics, especially a lot of other catalysts in the world going on, from here in the U.S. with the Chauvin and George Floyd trial wrapping up, and then around the world with increased hostilities geopolitically with Russia, China, Ukraine, Taiwan, all that good stuff. So we'll just have to wait and see. That's what I got for you guys on Tesla. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Appreciate you taking the time to watch the videos, and we'll see you in the next one.